What is good, Hellraisers? Welcome back to a brand new episode. Today we're continuing our streak into unlocking every single possible blueprint for every single gun in Warzone. Doesn't matter which Call of Duty it is. If it's in Warzone, we're gonna unlock it. We're gonna tell you guys how to unlock it. And if you can't unlock it for X or Y reasons, we will give you guys the attachments to replicate the exact same blueprint. Now, of course, a lot of these blueprints are probably not visible in your armory, contrary to mine, just because I try to unlock every single blueprint. So a lot of the blueprints that actually you can't buy, don't show up in your armory. Now, a lot of the ones that you can, actually every single blueprint that you can buy will show up in your armory, which is why I don't do videos on those, because of two reasons. The main reason is because I'm against really buying any of the gun blueprints, just because I don't see the benefit except for the aesthetic wise. I'm not really that good. I'm not really that interested by the aesthetics of a gun. I'm more about what the attachments are and what the gun can do. But the main other reason is because you can actually see all the attachments for the guns that you can buy in your armory. So it really wouldn't be any of any interest to anybody if I would just read them out and tell you guys what they are, and you can already check it out by yourself. So in yesterday's video we saw the other one, the Ghost Marsh, that's on the left of this glow catalyst blueprint, and I talked extensively about the Bullfrog. I know it's a very, very strong weapon. A lot of the blueprints came off the Bullfrog. Honestly, they were pretty much a good bunch before it became very famous in Season 3. Of course, Season 3 pre-integration of Vanguard into Warzone, so Season 3 of Cold War's main events in Warzone, and it became quite famous due to this one. And due to this blueprint that we're going to be talking about today, the Glow Catalyst, which is a legendary Season 3 blueprint, pre-integration, of course, of Vanguard into Warzone. And this became quickly used by a lot of people since it was a ground loot. Now, as a ground loot, you could say you could grab it. You made sure that you could kill anybody else, no matter what gun they had. This was the meta ground loot for Season 3. It was a very, very, very powerful gun. When you had this, you were happy. You could take your time to get your loadout and everything. You knew that even with some of people's loadouts, you had a high chance of killing them with this blueprint. So yeah, it's a Glow Catalyst. The way you unlocked it was just through leveling up your Battle Pass Season 3. So unfortunately, if you're joining the game much later than that, you probably don't have access and won't be able to unlock this blueprint. Now, if we take a look at the weapon details, we see that the attachments do increase the accuracy, they increase the range, they increase the mobility and the control. Everything is increased a tiny bit, but the good thing is that nothing suffers. So it's pretty much always a win-win situation. Let's take a look at the attachments in case you guys are interested. Alright, so the attachments for this one are, it's not a shocker that it doesn't have a silencer. Of course, it was ground loot, so it had to be like balanced out. If you had a silencer on that, it would just be too good to be true. But the KGB limiter is pretty good. It's great for that vertical recoil compensation, and so it's a very powerful muzzle to have with you. And then you have the 7.1 extended barrel, which is a really great barrel to have. You have either the 7.1 or the Task Force. They're both really good barrels. The Task Force is a bit better, but yeah, it is gonna affect a bit your mobility. But this one, they really did make sure that nothing is affected negatively. So it's definitely a good barrel. Then you have the mounted flashlight laser, which is great for that hip fire accuracy. So it's already telling you that it's a short to mid-range gun. Then you have the Duster stock, which is what's responsible for that added mobility and control. So pretty much they're all pretty much good complementary attachments. And last but not least, you have the 65 round speed magazine. Now this is what actually made a huge difference into how the gun operated, and is actually what made a lot of people jump into the Bullfrog. Usually the ground loot guns, even though it's like you have a lot of guns, whether they be the FFAR or all other guns, sometimes they have 25 to 30 bullets, so you find yourself sometimes downing a guy, you can't even finish him, but by the time you down a guy, you're trying to reload, his teammate is here, and you're probably either dead or that guy self-revived playing, of course, Resurgence. I'm a big Resurgence fan, so like 25 to 30 bullets was not enough on any of the guns, and all of a sudden this gun shows up with 65 round magazine. Now not only can you down and finish a guy, but you can possibly, if you don't miss your shots, you can possibly get 3 guys down at the same time. Then of course you could take your time to switch to your secondary and finish them off, especially if they're reviving. But so you could either kill 2 guys fully down and finish them, or down 3 guys and then finish maybe 1 and then reload and finish the 2 others. but I mean it was a huge game changer in terms of ground loot when it came, of course, to ground to Cold War weapons. So all in all, it's a pretty good setup. Now, of course, a few years old, and you do have other blueprints. But in case this one comes back up, or you're trying to check out what it is, or you just out of curiosity want to know what the attachments are, but here they are. Brighten up the AO with the Glow Catalyst SMG. Let's take a look at the HD 3D cutscene before we talk a bit more about this gun. Alright, so that is pretty much it for this blueprint. I mean, the Bullfrog, as I mentioned earlier in yesterday's video, I don't know if you guys checked it out or not, but it's a very powerful weapon. It's one that you can rely on even when the metas are changing. So even with all the Vanguard guns and all the newer Call of Duty guns and everything, you can always rely on the Bullfrog. It was never meta, that means it didn't really suffer any huge nerfs or buffs. It just remained where it is. It's a very powerful weapon, the top 5 of the best SMGs in my opinion. In Warzone, it's always a good idea to have one loadout of it just set up in your loadout list. So yeah, that pretty much sums up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any other questions regarding this blueprint or any other blueprint for any other weapon, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section below, or check out my channel. I also do unlock every single skin for every single operator there is in Warzone. So if you're into that, or you're really wondering what one skin looks like, or what you have to do to unlock that skin, check out my channel. You won't be disappointed. I'll leave you guys with some footage, and hope you guys enjoy it, and thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.
Finish the mission. You're the last one of these. Finish the job. Hostile drop. Our team captured a domination point.
Tracking enemy. Good effect on target.